This video illustrates a set of 3 puzzles designed by Alfons Eychmans called Pillars. You can print your own copy of these puzzles by following the link in the description. Alfons released these in November 2024 from his Facebook site. They consist of 4 burrs trapped in a container that I call a temple. The first number here shows the number of moves to remove the first pillar or burr from its temple. Pillar 3 is the most complex of these puzzles. My modeling of this was done in Fusion 360, and I printed them in PLA. My design goal was to try to enhance the concept of pillars and temples, so you can see that in the design here. I also wanted to be able to see inside to see what was going on. Since people I give these puzzles to can't always reassemble them easily, I always attempt to make these puzzles easy to reset. You'll see how this works in the assembly section. So these are the 3 puzzles that I created in PLA. Pillar 1 has a difficulty of 27.8. That's the number of moves to remove the first 2 pieces. All pieces are designed to just move in 3 directions: left, right, to, fro, up and down. Now you'll find sometimes with the larger burrs in Pillar 2 and 3 that they'll tilt, but it's up to the solver to keep them straight. There should be no twisting or rotating in the solution, but you'll find that the burrs will sometimes move at an angle. Pillar 3 is the most complex, and you can just see that it's a little larger, a little taller than Pillar 2, and it also has an additional piece in the middle. You can see that in purple there. That goes from one end to the other. So that adds complexity, and that gives it the level 47 to remove the very first piece. So that's a much more difficult puzzle. You'll also notice that there's not a ring in Pillar 3, and we'll talk about the ring in the assembly section. Oh, we'll see that ring here. So this is showing the parts that go into putting one of these puzzles together. There's a blue ring, and that's designed just to keep the top parts of those sides from moving inwards and jamming the pillars together. So there's 4 sides, a floor, a ring, and they're all screwed together with M3 screws. Now, Pillar 2 has some markings because it's the only puzzle where you could potentially put some walls in the wrong order. But for Pillars 1 and 3, there should be no way you can do that wrong. These are the screws I use. We'll see that there's other possibilities. Those are M3 by 10 machine head screws or socket head screws. These are the actual pillars. You'll notice they'll all have some markings on the top which line up with the markings on the case when you first start the puzzle. So that's a quick look at the 3 pillar puzzles. Now a little more detail. The temple, you can see, has 5 parts, that being the floor, 2 sides and 2 longer ends usually, except Pillar 1, of course, all the sides are the same size. The numbering on the side indicates the moves to remove the first pillar, so we've got 27 to remove the very first pillar, 8 to remove the second. There's a red ring that goes along the top, and that's just to keep the sides from moving in and jamming the pillars from moving. You can see the 4 screws there in the cap. Now you don't necessarily need to use M3 by 10 socket heads. That's what I've used. You can use more wood screws, countersink heads, button type heads, anything that'll fit that screw hole profile that's cut into each of the ends. So these 4 pillars, as mentioned, have linear movements for their solution. The 3 directions, you don't twist them. Each pillar is marked with a symbol that should line up with the marking on the wall. Now in pillar 2, it's important that certain walls go on certain sides, and so you'll see that you match up the sides so that it completes an X on 2 sides. So that's just a little indicator to help you assemble them. I recommend you print these at 0.2 millimeter layer height for all parts. I have a very slow printer. I printed them at 0.3, so it'll also actually work at that. It's a little coarser, but it prints quicker. You can see some of my extrusion, under extruded a little. I should have printed a little hotter and maybe had my extrusion at 1.1, about 101%. Usually for the pillars, the blue parts here, I try to make those a little heavier and give them a little more heft. So I tend to print those with 50% infill, maybe 3 perimeters. It's totally up to you how you want to print those. I did a color change by layer height for all the sides so that the text stands out. That's purely optional. You don't need to do that. The lettering is cut into the sides by 0.6 millimeter. My goal in these puzzles is usually to see how the design works and not just to take them apart. So I often disassemble these up to 10 times to sort of see how the parts interact. They're very difficult to just assemble, and that's why I made these easy to reset into a state where you can just disassemble them. We'll look at how pillar 1 is assembled. We'll start with the floor. It has a bevel that just goes into the side. And it doesn't matter which side in this puzzle goes there. You'll take some type of screw. Here it's an M3 by 10. You'll notice I dropped the floor. It was easier to put the screw in by itself. The ring slides into a slot at the top of each of the sides. It should sit flush with each side on the inside. And that was to ensure that the sides didn't tilt inward and jam the burrs, which happened on some early editions. There may be a marking there too. I showed that earlier on pillar 2 because the sides are important which order they go into. So we just continue putting the 4 sides into the ring. And now at this point we want to install the pillars into the temple using those markers as a guide. So here's the X burr. We'll put that in first. Notice that the knobs and the burrs go to the outside corners, outside edges. Now, I don't think it really matters which of these sides that you leave off or do last. These burrs will go in either way. But now we can see the dash goes on the left. Put that in first, and then the circle after. Circle has no obstructions. And then you can install that last wall. So you see all the symbols line up. Just do these till they're snug. Don't over tighten because it's plastic. You could strip the threads. There you have your puzzle. Just make sure the burrs move properly. Now we'll include the solution for pillar 1 in this, but I always recommend that you spend lots of time just investigating your puzzle. But if you do need a solution, you can stay tuned and I'll show you the solution for pillar 1. I haven't shown the solution for pillar 2 or 3. I leave that to you to figure out. The X burr is the burr that comes out first. Make sure you have these burrs in the proper position. You'll notice the triangle burr here will sort of be a control burr. It will help the X burr move up and out of the temple. So these are the first few moves. Triangle burr will slide inside the dash. And the first goal is to get the triangle burr up a bit. And you'll notice that the X burr should fold into it if it comes up high enough. So we've got that triangle burr up to the proper height, and we'll just move it over and rest it there. So that's as high as that should go. That's the first goal, to get it into that position. Then we can take those top two burrs and put them back in their original position. We're going to put that X burr inside, and we're going to move the X burr up with the help of that triangle burr. So we're going to move that piece up. You'll find those two will go together. That will drop down a bit, and then you can push that X burr inside. So that's that position before you push that over. And then you can just lift that about one position. So that's what it'll look like. It cannot at this point shift to the left yet. I'm going to move that back, and then we can go up another position, and now it will shift over to the left. So it takes time with these because you don't know which burr should be the one that releases first. So you have to test all the possibilities when you first have these puzzles. So that triangle burr is going to be used again to raise the X burr. There's, it just came up another position. And when it's mated with the triangle, it'll come up one more position in a second here. So we push that X burr down, and then it'll come up once more. And when it comes up once more, you'll find that the foot will come above one of the obstructions there. So you see that foot's just above that tab. And then you can slide it over. And you'll find that you can move it over, up, and out. So that's the release of that first X burr. The next one to come out is the O one that I'm pointing to there. You'll notice a little cavity that the foot of that burr is going to fold into. So there's the position of those three burrs. The O one is going to be the next one you're going to release. So up and in, you're going to pull it up. Move up that outside burr, which I think is the triangle. It'll come up a little more. And you can slide that over towards the wall, and there comes your O burr. The other two are fairly simple to release at this point. That's the solution to Pillar 1. You can find the design files for all these parts on printables with the link in the description. Hope you enjoy the puzzles.